Hi, in this video I'm going to be working through the first example in Module 1B on your Moodle site, and in this example we introduce the kind of drug calculations that you'll be working on throughout your ProCal module. So the first example is looking at a dosage where typically your dosage will be given as a concentration. So we're told here that the drug is available as 8 milligrams contained in 5 milliliters. And we want to know how much of the drug to administer in order to get 60 milligrams of the drug. To give you a bit of a visual for this, a teaspoon holds about 5 milliliters. So if we have 1 teaspoon, that teaspoon, which holds 5 milliliters, also contains 8 milligrams of the drug. So of course if 5 milliliters contains 8 milligrams of the drug, then 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliters is going to contain 16 milligrams, 3 teaspoons is going to contain 24 milligrams, and so forth. So the calculations that you do are all based on rates and proportionality. So if we increase the volume, then of course we increase the milligrams contained in that volume proportionately. So if we represent this information in a table, it makes it a little bit clearer what we're looking for and what we've got. So we start here with our given concentration, 8 milligrams in 5 milliliters. If we double the volume, then we're also going to double the active ingredient from 8 milligrams to 16 milligrams. If I double it again, we've got 20 milliliters, and we've then got 32 milligrams of drug. Now let's look at how this relates to the problem that we're trying to solve. I want to know how many milliliters are needed to administer 60 milligrams of the drug. So I can see from my table that if I administer 20 milliliters, that's going to give me 32 milligrams of drug. I want a little bit less than 2 times that much. Double the volume again from 20 mils to 40 mils, then I would have 64 milligrams of active ingredient, which is a little bit more than the 60 milligrams that I want. So looking at that table, I can see that the amount I want is somewhere between 20 and 40 milliliters. I want a little bit less than 40 milliliters because I want a little bit less than 64 milligrams, which is how much 40 milliliters is going to give us. So now I know what ballpark my answer should be in. I should get an answer close to 40 milliliters. So let's go back to the original concentration. We had 8 milligrams in 5 milliliters, and what I'm looking for is how many milliliters do I need to get that 60 milligrams. So what I'm really looking for is how many lots of 8 milligrams are there in 60. How many times bigger is 60 than 8? Because whatever that is, I'll apply that to my 5 milliliters. I'll know how many lots of 5 mils I need to get my 60 milligrams. So our calculation is going to be 60 divided by 8. That will tell me how many times bigger 60 is than 8. And 60 divided by 8 is 7.5. So 7.5 is how many times bigger, how many lots of 8 milligrams I need, and I also need that many lots of 5 mil. So I want to take that 7.5, 60 divided by 8, multiply it by 5 to tell me how many milliliters of suspension I need. So if you put that calculation into your calculator, 60 divided by 8 times 5, you'll come up with 37.5, and we're looking at 37.5 milliliters, and that is close to 40 milliliters, just like we expected, so it's a reasonable answer, and we can be confident with our calculation. Now that calculation that we've just worked out there, working out how many times bigger 60 is than 8, how many times bigger is what we want than what we have, and multiplying that times the suspension volume, you'll sometimes see that written as a formula, what you want over what you have times the volume that it comes in. Now memorizing and using a formula without thinking about what the numbers means is very dangerous, because we need to be thinking about what a reasonable answer should be before we start the calculation. So we recommend that you set out a table or set out these ratios so that you can get an idea what the answer should be before you plug into a formula or turn on your calculator to work out the answer. In the next little clip, we'll look at some more patterns that set up using this box and give you an alternative way of getting the numbers into the right order with the dividing and multiplying that you have to do to work out the answer.